trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
And that's it on TVC News. We're back at the top of the hour with more updates. Breaking news. Two words that define our world. Unpredictable but inevitable. It's the rush of adrenaline, the spark that ignites our curiosity. But you see, breaking news is more than just a headline or an attention grabber. It's a responsibility to tell the truth, to seek out the facts, and to share the stories that need to be told.
As a news anchor, I've witnessed history unfold before my eyes.
From moments of triumph to times of tragedy, beyond the screaming headlines, there are real people, real communities and families affected by the news. And that's why breaking news isn't just about being first, but being accurate, balanced, and reliable. It's given our audience the information they need to make informed choices and decisions. At TVC News, that's what we stand for, going beyond the surface, telling the stories that matter, first with breaking news.
For over 6 decades, the Bank of Industry, BOI, has been driving Nigeria's industrial development through financial and business support services.
Bank of Industry is one organization that has kept their words with the Nigerian businesses.
I have been able to expand my business from catering, event management, into water production.
A single digit that Bank of Industry offers is the only solution to stay afloat.
BOI Impact, now showing Tuesdays, 9:30 p.m. on TVC News.
Voted as the best TV station of the year, TVC News breaks into the core of every event as they happen. Following all nationwide big and impactful stories, without the news from every perspective, covering every human angle. I am Veronica, bringing you the news you would want to watch. Security in the Northwest remains one of Nigeria's toughest challenges as banditry and insurgency continues to threaten lives and livelihoods across the region. Tonight, we turn our focus to what it will take to secure the Northwest and restore confidence among the people. Joining me via Zoom is Director General of the Kebbi Elders Forum, Dr. Faruku Abdullahi Meyama. Good evening and welcome to Politics Tonight. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Thank you for staying with us. Tonight, we turn our focus to a region that has for too long been caught in the crosshairs of insecurity, Northwest Nigeria. Today, we delve into the heart of these challenges, exploring not only their root causes, but also the strategies, collaborations, and innovations that can restore peace and stability to that region. From government interventions to local community efforts, this is more than just a conversation. It's a step toward a more secure and prosperous Northwest, especially as 128 victims from Kara Namoda local government area of Zamfara State were just handed over to state government. Dr. Faruku Abdullahi Meyama, Director General of Kebbi Elders Forum, is my guest tonight. Good evening, Dr. Meyama. Thanks a lot for joining us on Politics Tonight.
Good evening. How are you?
He joins me all the way from Kebbi State. You know, several questions have been asked about banditry's recruitment strategies, command structures, and innovations, or rather motivations for mass casualty attacks in the northwestern region of the country. But recently, your state governor, Nasir Idris, attributed this security challenges to activities of informants and inadequate presence of security personnel. Do you agree with him?
I quite agree with him because Kebbi State have 2 international borders We are bordered with Benin Republic and Niger Republic. And without adequate security personnel, there is no way we can control our borders in the first place. Then internal security itself. Kebbi State is very wide. It's never also about 3 states, Niger State, Zamfara State, and the Sokoto states, apart from these international borders. And without adequate security, we have very large landmass, Kebbi State. We also have various communities. And because of lack of adequate security personnel, we cannot man or police these communities adequately. And that is why I quite agree with our governor, Colonel Nasir Idris Kaurangondu, that we need more and more security personnel, more especially in Kebbi State. And to his credit, he has made several efforts to get additional police personnel, more especially the mobile police force, as well as the military personnel, in order to be able to secure our own communities, more especially the volatile areas neighboring these international borders.
Right. So I'm happy you agree with him because, instances have shown that these informants blend into society, sometimes acting under duress, sometimes for financial gain. And clearly this undermines security efforts from within, making it very hard for even well-equipped forces to act effectively. Another accurate observation is that many rural areas in Kebbi and the broader Northwest lack sufficient police and military presence. So when attacks happen, communities have to wait hours or even days for a response or rely on local vigilantes with limited training. So in your view, Doctor, are the current federal and state level security strategies sufficient?
Security, measures can never be sufficient. But the federal government so far, and even some state government like Kebbi State, are doing a lot to improve the situation, particularly in terms of cooperating with the federal government and the state government in order to secure more personnel and more equipments. Like quite recently, our governor informed us that he has made effort to get more personnel, security personnel from the federal government, which yielded good results. Also, additional equipments were secured from the federal government. For instance, now we are going to have Navy base in our own riverine areas like Yauri. We are also going to have Air Force base in Kebbi State. All this will help in managing our own porous borders as well as our own communities, more especially rural communities, whose access to is becoming more and more difficult because of the activities of these bandits. So worldwide, fighting banditry is not easy. We all know that one, because bandits, mingle with members of general public. Their informants reside within members of general public, and it's not easy to identify them. And that is why fighting is very, very difficult. But all the same, the federal and the state governments at different levels are trying their very best to improve the situation. The problem we have is their best seems not to be enough, because these bandits have fertile grounds for recruitment of bandits because of unemployment, because of economic hardship, and because of so many factors associated with social ills within the society. And that is why Elders Forum in Kebbi State, we intervened. We decided to work with the state government in order to organize a stakeholder security summit that will take place tomorrow by the grace of God, to ensure that we bring all security stakeholders together to participate in sensitization, mobilization, and the energization, so that we energize them to live up to their expectations. That is for the security personnel.
All right. So for the purpose of clarity, before you move on, Dr. Mayama, for the purpose of clarity, does Kebbi State have enough support from the federal government in terms of troops, equipment, and intelligence?
Yes, definitely. From what we had from our own state governor, the federal government has been cooperating with Kebbi State in particular, specifically in terms of assisting the state with more military and police personnel, more especially mobile police personnel. Then also with some equipment, military equipment, like these IFEGs that are used to fight bandits in the rural communities. And because of that cooperation from the federal government, the state government, is making a lot of efforts to improve the situation. And we are happy that the state governor for the national Idris Karangan took, elders into confidence in elaborating the measures that he has taken to improve the security situation in the state. And I believe very soon these efforts will lead to more and more results. It has already started yielding results because for the last 2 or 3 months, you have not had some of these attacks, massive attacks in Kebbi State. So I hope and pray that the situation will continue to improve because of the efforts of the state government and the support that we are receiving from the federal government of this country.
All right then. But what role do elders and traditional institutions play in conflict prevention and peace building in the entire region? For instance, you're the Director General of Kebbi Elders Forum. Are your voices still influential?
Yes, actually, I cannot speak much about some other states, but as far as Kebbi State is concerned, elders and the state government are working hand in hand in order to improve the security situation. For instance, as I initially started, we are organizing a security summit comprising all of the security stakeholders in the state, like the military, the police, the civil defense, the DSS, the religious leaders, traditional institutions, as well as even trade unions. In fact, even disabled are now part of those that resist, because some of these bandits use disabled persons to hide guns and also to serve as informants. They will look like beggars on the side of the street. But when a very big car passes over, they can simply call the bandits and tell them so and so type of car is along the road, so you can intercept it. Also, and so bus carrying so and so about so and so number of passengers is on the road, so you can intercept it. So that is why we bring the representation to this very important security summit, so that we sensitize, mobilize, and highlight the dangers and the evil of this banditry. Some of the people that are benefiting from banditry today may be on the receiving end tomorrow, and they need to know that one. We also need to bring the religious leaders along so that they can sensitize people religiously on the evil of banditry, on the evil of killing people, innocent people, on the evil of, causing a mayhem among the communities, on the evil of, preventing people from going to their farms to, cultivate crops that will be of benefit to the whole society. And that is why, as far as we are concerned, this workshop is going to yield lots of results that will improve security in Kebbi State. And we hope other states in the Northwest geopolitical zone and in fact all the country will use this type of wisdom to bring all the security stakeholders together in order to make sure that we as Nigerians are contributing to security, because security is everybody's business. We cannot just allow the issue of security to be with also only the security agencies or the state government and the federal government. We have to, play our own role as members of the community to safeguard our own borders, to safeguard our own communities.
All right, that's impressive, Dr. Bayama. But do you think if elders had more formal authority, they could mediate more effectively?
Yes, that is why we have been appealing to the nation generally to, one, empower traditional rulers, empower elders. Because once you don't empower traditional rulers, they cannot do much within their own communities. Just like what the Oni of Ife said, top government functionaries are in Abuja and Lagos.
All right. So let's be clear. Kindly hold on, sir. So when you say empower traditional institutions, are you talking about some constitutional backing?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, like what is, in the offering, that the National Assembly is trying to bring the specific role for traditional rulers in the Constitution, in this present constitutional amendment effort that is being made. We believe that the federal government should encourage the National Assembly to make laws, an act of the National Assembly, and even a constitutional provision for specific and fundamental role for traditional institutions. In the past, traditional institutions play very, very important role in the security of the nation. They don't allow uninvited guests or uninvited residents to come and stay in their domain without any control, just like what is happening now. Anybody can move to any community now and sit in the name of freedom of association, freedom of movement, without, reporting to the traditional or community head of the place. And, such people come in with different missions. Some of them come in with a mission to cause Hameha. Some of them come to the place with a mission to, serve as security threat to the people. And that is why it is very important to empower traditional rulers to make sure that there's, and you don't just empower them with the legislation, you should also empower them with the required resources. Anybody who is coming to the community for whatever form of job, whether it is from INEC, whether it is from federal government, whether it is from state government, they pass a report to the traditional ruler of the place. And some of them will come in a village where you don't have hotels. It is the traditional ruler that will find a place for them to stay.
All right.
It is the traditional ruler that will create an avenue for them to meet with the people. But they don't have the resources.
All right then, Dr. Mayama. So let me get your perspectives on some other aspects of this very important conversation, because some governors in the Northwest at various times floated the idea of negotiating with bandits. Governor Diko Rather, Governor Dadalawal, both governors have clearly dissociated from such approach. But looks like Governor Ahmed Ali is okay with that idea. Others who cannot clearly state where they stand. But as an elder, what is your position on this approach?
Well, you see, what we normally say is among all groups, there may be somebody else. That one is normal, to have somebody else. But mind you, some of these traditional rulers or even some community leaders that associate with bandits, some of them, they do it under duress because they are under threats of being eliminated by the bandits. And they have no option other than not to report the activities of the bandits. Because if you look at the situation, our traditional rulers in the rural areas don't have any protection. They don't have police. They don't have anybody to protect them apart from God. So, and they are living within the community. And they don't even have the adequate resources for them to mobilize and run away when they are under attack. Some of them, they don't even have vehicles of their own. And that is some of the situation that is happening with this institution of traditional rulers, which, seems to be deteriorating by the day. But what we are saying is traditional rulers, most of them can play a very important role in terms of improving security, more especially in social.
I hear you, Dr. Mayama, but I'm asking about this idea of negotiating with bandits. Do you believe that negotiating with criminals risk legitimizing their actions or incentivizing more violence? Where do you stand?
I don't believe in negotiation with bandits. You don't negotiate with criminals. You punish criminals. You prosecute criminals. That is what we are not doing in this country. You have seems to be hearing the arrest of so many bandits, but you hear very little about their prosecution and conviction. And that is, I have been saying it, I even told past inspectors general of police when I was the national chairman of Police Community Relations Committee, that you should publicize how you prosecute these arrested bandits, arrested criminals, arrested Boko Harams, so that members of the general public will know what you have done with them. Because if you just keep on arresting and releasing, the situation will be repeating itself. I understand that we have problem with some of the judicial officers. that they, release these arrested bandits on bail. I think that we need to make laws that will prohibit, releasing bandits on bail. Why should we release somebody who has killed, who is a mass murderer, who killed people innocently, just like that? He is arrested, taken to court, and released on bail. That is one of the most disheartening situations. The security agents has been telling us that they have been doing their job, and their job is to arrest and prosecute. They don't convict, they don't charge. It is the judiciary that charge. And that is why in our forthcoming security summit, we invited the judiciary to come and be represented so that they will hear from the experts of the police, the army, the civil defense, the DSS, and the many other security agents on their problems associated with the tackling of this issue of banditry, so that the judiciary will know how to play its own role, and also the community will know how to play its own role. The sense with religious leaders, traditional rulers, community leaders, and the government also will know how to play its own role, because some of the root causes of this problem is unemployment. They say an idle mind is the devil's alternative. In Kebbi State, we are happy the governor so far within these 2 years recruited more than 5,000 workers, apart from political appointees. And if all the states within this geopolitical zone are doing the same thing, and also creating opportunities for employment, like establishing industries, we will have more and more people engaged in employment, and they will not participate in this sort of acts of banditry. So I think it is very, very important also to create opportunities for employment of our team youth, because you cannot be having graduates, coming out in thousands by there without employment.
All right, Dr. Mayam, let's stay on that, because you've just said many of the youths involved in banditry and violence are believed to be economically disenfranchised. So for you, what programs or solutions can help redirect them towards more productive paths?
Number one is to create opportunities for employment for them. Our states, not many states in this region, are creating opportunities for employment. Unlike some states in the south that are establishing industries, creating opportunities for employment, some of our states in this northeast geopolitical zone are creating little or no employment at all. As governments, only very few governments in this region are employing people. And instead of them to establish industries that can recruit people, not many states are doing that. Like now, if we recruit 5,000 or more than 5,000 in Kebbi State, Sokoto, the same thing, Zamfara, Kaduna, Kano, and so on and so forth, and they establish industries that can recruit youth, many of them will be in employment, and they may not have the opportunity to even have access to these bandits to be recruited.
So, are there any ongoing efforts by the Elders Forum to mentor or engage the youth to prevent further radicalization or involvement in these criminal activities?
Yes, we invited NOAA, that is the state NOAA, to participate in this workshop. We plan to work with them in mobilization and sensitization, and we bring religious leaders so that they will assist in preaching. Both Muslim and the Christian faith, they were invited so that they assist in preaching in their mosques and churches, so that at least some of the or most of the youth will listen, and they will hopefully abide by the religious tenets, because no religion condone banditry, no religion condone wanton killing of innocent people, and that is why we bring in religious leaders, we bring in NOAA, and the role of NOAA is in terms of mobilization and sensitization of members of the general public. They create, this theater arts and other, film shows and so on and so forth to mobilize members of the general public, but especially the youth, to understand the evils of, unlawful gains. Because what the bandits are doing in this country is trying to enrich themselves unlawfully and illegally. But the youth, once they appreciate that they have opportunity of getting government employment, In fact, we have so many opportunities in this country. We have so many opportunities that we can even, make, this use to get foreign employment.
All right. All right, Doctor. But there's another element which I would like for us to quickly talk about before I let you go tonight, which is trust and communities, or trust between communities and security agencies, which have been described as fragile. How can that trust be rebuilt in these affected areas?
Well, the first and the foremost is to empower the security agents. Most of the reason why the communities lost their confidence in the security agents was because of the way and the manner they don't respond to distress calls easily and quickly. You will be calling the security agents for them to respond to these distress calls, and they will take eternity before they come, until after probably the bandits may have left the area several hours after. And that will not augur well for members of the community to inspire confidence in the security agents. And you don't blame the security agents because they cannot go and fight bandits empty-handed. They need to be equipped with adequate equipment. They need also to have adequate welfare so that they know even if they lost their life in the course of fighting banditry, their family will be taken care of.
All right. All right then. A great conversation, Dr. Mayama, and I hope it goes a long way. Thank you so much for speaking with us tonight. I've been speaking with the Director General, Kebbi Elders Forum, Dr. Faruku Abdullahi Mayama. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to more conversations with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you very much for watching, everyone. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But before we go, let's tell you that the views and reactions of our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Meanwhile, you can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode at 12:30 a.m. Get in touch with us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News NG. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Good.
Breaking news isn't just about speed, but more importantly, about fact and accuracy. It is responsible journalism, being ahead, unbiased, sensitive, in telling the stories that people would want to hear in a way that protects their sanity and for the public good. And it goes beyond breaking the news to actually following up, exploring all the angles, engaging newsmakers, tracking impact, all geared towards informing, educating, and setting agenda for the people. Breaking news is holistic, entire, complete. It's about you, me.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Mr. Peter Obi was the breakout star of the 2023 presidential race, rising the Labour Party's wave to victory across the Southeast, Lagos, and the FCT. But that momentum has since hit stormy waters. His ties with the party's leadership have frayed, with talks of suspension and expulsion making the headlines. The Labour Party is now deeply divided, split between the Julius Abure-led leadership and the rival faction backed by Obi and the Abia State Governor Alex Oti, with Senator Nenadi Usman emerging as interim chair. And just recently, INEC ruled that all candidates from the Abure faction are barred from contesting the August by-elections, a decision that could shift the balance of power within the party. As we count down to 2027, is this the beginning of the end of the Labour Party? I am Eshomomo Imodu. This is Fireworks. We put them under check. You're welcome back. Now, joining the conversation is the 2024 Labour Party governorship candidate in Ondo State, and now the Deputy National Chairman of the Julius Abure faction. Talking about Dr. Ayo Olorunfemi. Doctor, nice to have you on my talk today.
Thank God. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Let's look at it this way. With the recent ruling, with the recent verdict from the INEC barring members of the Abure faction from participating in the August by-election, what are the immediate steps your party, the Labour Party, will be taking?
Well, it's not barring, it's a mischief work by the sponsors of maybe INEC, Chairman Mahmoud, not even the INEC as an organization, because we know what is going on. Our fate is still very clear. We remain the bona fide leaders of the Labour Party, and there's no court that has vitiated that. As it is, we have the High Court judgment that validated the convention, the national convention held at Newi in April 2024. And of course, that matter is not before any appeal, so it was not part of what went to the Supreme Court.
Okay, you raised some things just now. You said the sponsors of INEC. Can we know those that are sponsoring INEC?
Well, you know those behind the...
I don't know them.
You said somebody was an interim chairman of an interim National Working Committee. In our constitution, we don't have interim National Working Committee. That's an aberration. So it's dead on arrival. You recall that it started with NSC. They formed what they call National Transition Committee. That committee sponsored the candidate in the Ondo election and went to court secretly to remove my name from INEC portal using that court judgment. I appealed that judgment, and the court came out hard on them and returned me back to the INEC. That ordered INEC to return my name into the portal, and I became the candidate of the party. All right? They discovered that failed. They came by way of caretaker committee. Our constitution doesn't have anything like caretaker committee. Of course. And now you have a situation whereby about 6 people came together, brought their friends and their families from different locations into Transcorp and call it statutory NEC. And you think that one will stand? It can't stand. There's nothing like interim National Working Committee in our constitution.
Now, sometime back, I think around the 2023 election, a particular political party in one of the states in the North Central also felt that nothing will happen. And eventually the court ruled that, look, the man who sponsored, who nominated their names for that election is not qualified. And they nullified all the elections.
That has not happened in our own case. We are going to be in the ballot. I can assure you. The process is ongoing. Okay.
You are going to court?
We are going to court. We are going to court. Certainly we are going to court. It has happened before, and we went to court and we got judgment. All right? So we are not afraid of whatever is going on. We know what we are doing. Labour Party is made up of technocrats, trade unionists. And you know, when you are a public servant...
You like to fight.
Yes, when you are a public servant, you follow due process in whatever thing you do. That is why it has been very difficult with all the bag of money they are carrying all over the place. Nobody can. They can't do anything.
Some people are carrying a bag of money?
People are carrying money, of course. You can't have this kind of situation without people carrying money. And Labour Party, we don't have money, but we have integrity. We have the law.
Have these parties tried to also buy you over?
They can't.
Because you knew that they were carrying money.
Yes, of course they can't, but they know they will come to my territory.
You, Julius Abure and others, are clinging to power. Even when you see the optics are not in your favor, those who won election on the platform of your party, almost all of them have decamped.